Pause for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Now ask yourself one honest question. Have you ever felt lonely, even when you were surrounded by people? Have you ever sat in a room full of friends, classmates, colleagues, or family, yet felt completely invisible? Have you ever felt like your mind was operating on a different frequency than everyone else around you? If yes, then listen very carefully, because today's video might explain your entire life. What if I told you that the smarter you are, the lonelier you are likely to feel? Sounds strange, right? But decades of psychological research show a shocking pattern. Highly intelligent people are more prone to loneliness, emotional isolation, overthinking, and deep inner emptiness. Not because something is wrong with them, but because their mind works differently. Albert Einstein once said, "It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely." Nikola Tesla lived most of his life in isolation. Isaac Newton had almost no close friends. Even modern geniuses, scientists, inventors, and thinkers often describe intense loneliness. So the question is, why do smart people feel lonely? Is intelligence a hidden curse? Does deep thinking separate you from normal human connection? Or is loneliness the silent price of brilliance? By the end of this video, you will understand your mind better than ever before. You will understand your emotions. You will understand your relationships. And most importantly, you will understand yourself. This is Mindcraft Lab, and today we explore why smart people feel lonely. The intelligence-loneliness connection. Psychologists have studied human intelligence and emotional patterns for over a century, and again, the same result appears. Higher intelligence often leads to deeper loneliness. In a landmark study conducted by the London School of Economics, researchers analyzed the social behavior and emotional health of over 15,000 people. They discovered something shocking. People with higher IQ levels reported significantly lower life satisfaction when they spent more time socializing. In simple words, smart people feel drained, bored, and disconnected in shallow social environments. While average individuals gain happiness from frequent social interaction, highly intelligent individuals feel overwhelmed and misunderstood. Psychologist Dr. Satoshi Kanazawa explained this phenomenon using evolutionary psychology. According to him, the human brain evolved to survive in small tribes where everyone thought similarly. But highly intelligent individuals think far beyond survival. They analyze, they question, they observe, they imagine, they explore abstract ideas. And this mental complexity makes ordinary social interaction feel painfully limited. When your mind is constantly processing deep concepts, surface-level conversations feel empty. Small talk feels exhausting. Gossip feels meaningless. And shallow entertainment feels boring. So slowly, silently, intelligent individuals begin to withdraw, not because they hate people, but because they crave depth. And depth is rare. The pain of being misunderstood. One of the deepest emotional wounds a human can experience is being misunderstood. And smart people experience this more than anyone else. Highly intelligent minds see the world differently. They notice subtle emotional shifts. They detect hidden motives. They analyze social patterns. They question cultural beliefs. They see multiple sides of every situation. But when they try to express these thoughts, they often face blank stares, or confusion, or discomfort. So they stop explaining. They simplify. They hide their true thoughts. They pretend. And slowly, this emotional masking creates isolation. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of all time, said, "Loneliness does not come from having no people around, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you." Smart people feel lonely, not because they are alone, but because their inner world remains unseen. Their deepest thoughts stay locked inside. Their emotional complexity goes unnoticed, and their mental depth remains unexplored. This creates a painful emotional gap. They are physically present, but emotionally absent. Overthinking, the double-edged sword. Intelligence and overthinking go hand in hand. A sharp mind never rests. It constantly analyzes, replays conversations, predicts outcomes, questions intentions, reconstructs memories, and imagines worst-case scenarios. While this mental ability is powerful, it is also emotionally exhausting. Psychologist Susan Nolan Hoeksema, who extensively studied rumination, found that highly intelligent individuals tend to ruminate more intensely. Rumination means repetitive thinking about problems, mistakes, and emotional pain. This constant mental replay increases anxiety, depression, and emotional withdrawal. Smart people often feel socially drained, not because people exhaust them, but because their own mind exhausts them. After social interactions, they replay every word. They analyze every reaction. They criticize their own behavior. They imagine how they were perceived. This mental storm creates emotional fatigue, so they retreat into solitude, because solitude gives their mind silence. High standards, few connections. Intelligent people naturally develop high emotional and intellectual standards. They crave meaningful conversation. They seek emotional honesty. They desire deep understanding. They value authenticity. They want connection, not just company. As a result, they struggle to form casual friendships. They do not enjoy shallow bonding. They cannot tolerate fake emotions. They feel uncomfortable with superficial social roles. Psychologist Abraham Maslow, known for the hierarchy of needs, observed that self-actualized individuals often experience deep loneliness. Because their psychological needs exceed normal social interaction, they want truth, they want meaning, they want emotional depth, and very few people can meet those needs, so their social circle remains small, sometimes painfully small. Emotional sensitivity and deep feeling. High intelligence often comes with heightened emotional sensitivity. Smart people feel emotions deeply. They absorb emotional energy. They sense emotional shifts. They feel others' pain. This emotional awareness makes them compassionate, but it also makes them vulnerable. They get hurt easily. They feel disappointment deeply. They carry emotional wounds for long periods. And because of this, they become cautious. They build emotional walls. They avoid emotional exposure. They protect their heart. But emotional protection leads to emotional isolation, and isolation slowly transforms into loneliness.
The burden of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a gift, but it is also a heavy burden. Highly intelligent individuals possess extreme self-awareness. They understand their flaws, they recognize their weaknesses, they analyze their emotional patterns, they see their own contradictions. This deep self-knowledge creates emotional maturity, but it also creates emotional heaviness. They judge themselves harshly. They expect perfection. They fear emotional vulnerability. They worry about being misunderstood, and this emotional pressure slowly isolates them. They become their own emotional prison. Why smart people struggle in romantic relationships? Romantic relationships require emotional openness, communication, and vulnerability. But for intelligent people, emotional vulnerability feels dangerous. They analyze emotions instead of feeling them. They intellectualize pain instead of expressing it. They suppress vulnerability to maintain control. This creates emotional distance. Partners feel disconnected. Misunderstandings grow. Emotional gaps widen, and slowly loneliness enters the relationship. Psychologist John Gottman found that emotional attunement is the strongest predictor of relationship success. But intelligent individuals often struggle with emotional attunement, not because they lack emotion, but because they process emotion differently. Intelligence and existential loneliness. Beyond social loneliness lies something deeper. Existential loneliness. Smart people often question life. Why are we here? What is the purpose of existence? What happens after death? Does meaning exist? These deep questions isolate the mind because most people avoid them. They distract themselves. They escape into entertainment. They avoid existential discomfort. But intelligent individuals cannot escape. Their mind forces them to confront reality. And this confrontation creates profound loneliness. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters." Deep thinkers crave connection, but their mental depth separates them, the hidden strength of loneliness. Loneliness is painful, but it is also powerful. Most great ideas were born in solitude. Most inventions emerged from isolation. Most creative breakthroughs occurred in loneliness. Smart people use loneliness to explore their mind. They think deeply, they create, they innovate, they imagine, they discover. Loneliness becomes their laboratory, their sanctuary, their creative womb, but only if they learn to use it wisely. How smart people can overcome loneliness. Loneliness does not have to be permanent. It can be transformed. Here are practical strategies backed by psychology. 1. Seek depth, not quantity. One meaningful connection is more powerful than 100 shallow ones. Look for people who think deeply, who feel deeply, who question deeply. 2. Express your inner world. Write, speak, create, articulate your thoughts, release your emotions. 3. Build intellectual communities. Join discussion groups, psychology forums, philosophy circles, book clubs, creative communities. 4. Practice emotional vulnerability. Let people see your real self. Risk emotional exposure. Connection requires courage. 5. Accept your difference. You are not broken, you are rare, and rarity always feels lonely. If you have felt lonely your entire life, please understand this. Your loneliness is not a weakness. It is the side effect of your depth. Your silence is not emptiness. It is intelligence thinking. Your isolation is not rejection. It is selective connection. The world needs deep thinkers. The world needs sensitive minds. The world needs emotional intelligence. And most importantly, the world needs you. So the next time loneliness visits your heart, do not fight it, understand it, learn from it, grow through it, and remember, you are not alone in feeling alone. If this video touched your heart, like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who feels unseen. This is Minecraft Lab, and this was Why Smart People Feel Lonely.